Alright, so this Knife Thoughts video is going to be an unboxing of what I think is going to be the last of the Grady Cutlery number 74 Mustangs that I get from the 2020 run. So here's the box, and you can probably tell what it is here, and this will be coming out on Saturday, so pretty fitting. And if you've ordered from this dealer before, you probably know who this is from. I got this one from Collector Knives. This is how Mike Latham of Collector Knives sends out knives. And just real quick, I'm using this Rough Rider Reserve number 001 to open this. It's part of a new series from Rough Rider and Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Gonna have a video on this also, so as always, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you know when I post that. But let's get this open. I always have trouble figuring out which way this goes. There we go. And there is the knife. Let's see if there's anything else in there. Sometimes he throws in some stickers, but it looks like this time just a packing slip. So, as you probably already guessed, and I said, this is the Stag version. So it's the number 74, 5 for a drop point blade, 1 for single blade, and 20 for made in 2020. So obviously the first time I'm looking at it here, and comes with the pin. And now I did ask, or I did put in the notes if Mike, that I'd like a popcorny one. So let's see if we got that. Not too much, no. So first of all, the first thing I notice is that it is pretty dark. Stag can have a lot of variance, and this looks to be a pretty dark Stag and relatively wide, not super thick, but relatively thick. They don't do shields on the Stag anymore, which I like because it really shows off the character of the covers. Kind of smooth on the back here. Can see there's a little bit of, ridges, but, not a whole lot. And then good bit of ridges here on the front, but again, not a huge amount. And it does look like it gets quite a bit thinner here towards the bolsters. But let's look at the knife itself and how it's built. So first of all, I don't see any gaps at all. Looks like it's, yep, no gaps that I can see. So that's good. Centering is real good. I would say real close to perfect. Maybe not 100% perfect, but real close to it. Sits nice and deep. If you saw my video on the burlap micarta 74 that I got, it didn't sit, the tip was too close to proud for my liking. This one is definitely not. So let's open it up. Definitely stronger pull on this one. So the burlap, which was the first version to come out, I got one of those. It was a relatively light pull. Then I got the bone version. It was a little bit stronger. Kind of stupid, I guess I'll talk about it in this video, and I'll talk about it in the video with all the knives, but I did have one of the Ironwoods reserved with Collector Knives, and I just didn't see the email in time. But anyway, this is the last version to come out, and the pull is definitely stronger than on the other two I've gotten. Nice action. You can hear it snaps really well. A little bit high at half stop, but I don't think that that's an issue at all for me. Seems just super slightly high at full open, and pretty much flush at full closed, which is pretty typical. I guess Randy at GEC has said that they designed them to be 0.01 or 0.001 high, but not a big deal to me at all, not even really an issue. No blade play at all. Like I mentioned, some people have said that they've had blade play on these, but I really don't think I've ever gotten a GEC with side-to-side blade play. And the blade has the unexcelled, Northfield unexcelled etch, and is much more polished than the, at least the burlap, and even more polished than the bone version, even though the bone version seemed to be more polished than the burlap version. So that's the knife. We want to check also on blade wrap. No blade wrap that I can feel there. No blade wrap that I can see. So that's a good thing. Overall, a nice knife. I have to say that I'm not super thrilled with the Stag. It's definitely not my typical taste in Stag, but you know, still a very nice knife. And Stag is something that people have very differing and varying tastes on. So maybe this is the type of Stag you like. I always like to get Stag because I think it's so classic, and you know, if you get the right Stag, it's really, really beautiful. But anyway, overall, a really nice knife. Really no construction issues or fit and finish issues. The fit between the bolsters and the cover seems pretty good. Maybe a slight gap on the pile side there, but pretty good. And a nice knife for sure. These are tough to get. And if you didn't get one yet, I would watch the secondary. They probably are going to go for more, significantly more than they were on the primary market, but hopefully you can get a good deal on one. I do plan to do a video on all of the versions that I got before I decide which one I'm going to keep. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications so you know when I post that. Also check out my social media, all at Knife Thoughts, and my website, knifethoughts.com, where I post articles on knives like this and knife topics. And as always, don't forget to go out and do good.